What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance update video, and this one right here is all about Anfisa. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to TLC, we know that they have a habit of bringing back cast members time and time again. But Anfisa was asked a simple question, and what she had to say, well, let's dive into it. As you can see right here, she was asked this question not long ago. Everyone but you has returned to 90-day spin-off. Why didn't you go back? She comes in and says, I know my worth and I wasn't treated well or getting what I deserve. I don't agree to be a clown for pennies on a dollar while the network makes millions. Wish other people would do the same and stop this exploitation, but unfortunately for others, it's the only way to make a living. And do you know what? It's actually quite sad that it is potentially other people's only way of making a living, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the pay and how it all works, when it comes to 90 day, it's not necessarily the best. I mean, look at it this way. If you're an American, then you do get paid, but from what I understand, you only get paid 1,000 per episode, I believe. I mean, I would like to imagine that it's 1,000 per episode, not 1,000 per season, because if it was per season, then goddamn, that would be absolutely shocking. And I don't know why I would look to waste my own bloody time. So there is that aspect. If you're someone that is not an American, because of course you don't have a visa or because of course you don't have a green card or anything like that, what does that mean? You obviously don't get paid anything at all, which is obviously a problem. So that means only one of the so when you look at the couple, it's only one of the couples that actually paid. And to be honest with you, in terms of like other people coming in and out, for example, if you get a spin-off show like the family Chantel, that is the only time really and truly that other members are part of the show would also get paid too. But let's say, for example, you're a 90-day fiance before the 90 days, you're on there, and then I don't know, you got a recurring friend coming in. For example, let me give you this one. John, when he was obviously in the most recent one, 90 days, season 9, in that one itself in particular, he wouldn't have got paid per se, from what I understand, because he's not the actual one in the relationship. It would have only been Patrick. But if they get a spin-off show, like for example, now John is being brought back for Pillow Talk with brother, now I would imagine is when he gets paid. But also at the same time, I'm not too sure if they get paid the same amount depending on the show. For example, any 90-day program they do apart from Pillow Talk and 90-day Diaries is pretty much an hour and 20 minutes long, right? Or maybe a little bit more. But the other shows are more like 40 minutes as well, or maybe 50 minutes. So to be honest with you, there's a chance that the pay for that is obviously different as well. And also with 90-day Diaries as well, you only really get one segment, like I think it's about maybe 10, 15 minutes worth. Again, who knows if you get paid for that? Well, you probably do, but how much you get paid for it, I can only imagine it varies. And it is actually quite sad, the fact that the network makes millions upon millions, but yet they keep bringing people in who they end up paying absolute garbage. And to make it worse, the fact that they keep bringing back people that no one actually wants to see, and they are very lazy to recruit new people, it's like, god damn, you got to think about it. This is a company that makes millions upon millions, but yet they struggle to bring in fresh faces year in, year out, so they have to keep sticking us with the same annoying people like Big Ed, Angela Jean, Kimberly. It's like, why? Usman, why? I mean, I don't even know why someone like Usman would even come back in it, but it's not like they're paying him. I mean, if they are, I can't imagine it being that much anyway, considering that he's not actually in America. And also, it has been said that any filming done in America is the time when the American cast member does get paid. But any film that they do outside of America, that's where it can differ on whether you get paid or not. But again, do not take all of my information has a 100% guarantee, because these are the things that I've researched, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily accurate. So I'm just giving you a rough outline of how it all works. So to be honest with you, I do support exactly what she said, and I do agree with the fact that people should be doing the same and not necessarily looking to come back. Even if it is the only source of income, which is quite sad, because you'd imagine you can still go and get a job or do something else if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, some people, I guess they just don't have that entrepreneur mindset, shall I say, that expansion mindset. But to be honest with you, one thing that I definitely want to touch on again, though, is the fact that she spoke about how it is exploitation right there. I wonder what she's actually referencing to, because when you use a word like stop this exploitation, it's something that really opens up a big conversation of, okay, where are we going with this? Are we talking about exploitation in terms of people's homes in other countries, how they're getting on? Are we talking about exploitation by bringing in cast members that already have criminal records? Are we talking about exploitation in terms of um the fact that you're bringing in couples that have an insane, to some people's eyes, age gap. I mean, like I said before, that word expectation goes a long freaking way, because we've seen so many things that are not appropriate from 90 Day TV shows. But to be fair, at the same time, this also counts for other TV shows that are on 90 Day, that are on the TLC network. So we can talk about, My 600 Pound Life. That's another show that exploits, things that shouldn't be exploited. People are getting paid more just to show themselves naked on screen. We're talking about the 1,000 Pound Sisters, and we're looking at how they expose Amy's house and their kids, which, to be fair, should be exposed. I'm not gonna lie to you, but again, though, there is things called privacy. Privacy is something that they do not fear at all, to try and actually they don't fear it. They will go into it. I mean, we've even had scenes where we've had cast members tell them just to turn the cameras off. And it's taken a while sometimes for them to do that too. So to be fair with you, there's a lot of things. And also, let's not forget, there's sometimes when things happen and TLC will 100%, in my own opinion, cover up madness. I mean, if we go back to 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, we're looking at the situation with Mike Burke and Hemina, the point when she told him, I don't want to be with him anymore. And then he was refusing to leave the house. He was saying, I pay for this house. And according to him at the time, other things went on behind the camera that wasn't, or other things went on camera, but they were never actually shown on screen. So again, that, like I said before, that word exploitation really goes a long way, based on everything that we have witnessed from 90 Day Fiancé franchise, as well as other TLC shows. Like I obviously spoke about, obviously, whether it be My 600 Pound Life, 1,000 Pound Sisters, you know what I mean? The list goes on, you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. But at the end of the day, though, I really, really want to know what you guys think in terms of what Anfisa has had to say in terms of why she has not returned, simply because she knows her worth, and going on the show just isn't worth it. 4 pennies that you get for a company that earns absolutely millions, and a company that is ridiculously too lazy to recruit newer people, if you ask me, and also a company that is very lazy in terms of sorting out some cast members that have definitely had a criminal past, and some cast members that have then displayed racist behavior as well. So many negatives around the network. To be honest with you, I think of all that money, they would do a better job of trying to protect themselves. But for some bizarre reason, rather than protect themselves, they just keep going with it and keep going with it and keep going with it. And to be honest with you, I think sometimes in life, people really think that money makes them untouchable, and I think they think that these millions makes them feel as if they are like the man of freaking steel, when in reality you're not. But at the end of the day, though, ladies and gentlemen, let me know exactly what you're thinking, because for me personally, I do feel like one day we may start to hear some very interesting things about the network itself in general, in terms of what they allow to happen, and what they obviously cover up. But again, I've obviously explored the conversation a whole lot more than I needed to. But to be fair, like I said before, when you're using a word like exploitation, it really opens it up to all different angles. But hey, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.